If you want to learn all about buying on ad networks and optimizing different creatives and getting the most out of your ad campaigns, this is the person you need to be speaking with. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Catherine Tarasova.
I just need to break.
Hi, everyone. It's such an inspiration seeing you all here sharing your best hugs. My appreciation to Affiliate World for hosting me today. My name is Catherine, and I'm the head of PR at Adsterra. My job at Adsterra is to collaborate with the brightest minds in the affiliate industry. Many of them are here today. What they do is come to our ad network to get traffic. But the reality is quite far from come and get, right? That's why I'm here today. I'll be focusing on some actionable tools and approaches that can save you thousands of bucks. To start with, I'd like you to have a grasp of what Adsterra is and why we are expert enough to claim this or that approach is spot on. We've been connecting affiliates, media buyers, agencies, and publishers for a decade already. We connect them basically because we've learned to match traffic and offers in an authentic way. We developed our own partner care standards. This means we encourage our managers to be personally involved in their clients' businesses, in how they can bring those businesses to better results. Not only within a campaign, but on the market. Our expertise embraces VPN, utilities, social apps, mobile subscriptions verticals, e-commerce also. It means our managers are crafting their mastery within these industries. So we also have our own CPA affiliate network. It takes us into a triangle when you need to take care of how advertisers, publishers, and affiliates profit. So I'm not going to recite what Adsterra offers. You can find these options in many ad networks. But what I do want to point out here is that our assets are centered around building an ecosystem where each of our clients can have more influence on the level of their incomes compared to global scale giant platforms. So Adsterra, like some other ad networks showcasing here today, is a non-mainstream ad network. Let's take this metaphor and dive a bit deeper. So the first takeaway I'm going to shoot here is why choose a non-mainstream ad network? So what do I mean by a non-mainstream ad network? It can be global, it can serve massive traffic, but still it will operate with some specific approaches and traffic segments. So you won't apply your tabula mastery to, say, TikTok. You will need to step away from your Google Ads PPC tactics when planning your bidding strategy on Facebook. You all know that, I'm sure. What you probably don't take into account is how to make it work at full blast. So, in a non-mainstream ad network, you can, first of all, you can apply and be sure to get current bids within your targeting almost in real time. Second, you can and should be more aggressive and genuine with your ad messages. What I mean here is being on the same page, speaking the same language or slang with your audience, not corrupting or misleading users, of course. You can apply for landing or pre-lander examples, a kind of local adplexity, but with more up-to-date information. You can break into a live chat and ask a manager to help you out when you're stuck with scaling or optimizing. Personal assistance is what most non-mainstream ad networks serves. So, and one more thing. By design, non-mainstream ad networks hold the richest amounts of the new Tier 1 traffic, formerly known as Tier 3 traffic. Today, we are on the edge of a huge shift when mobile traffic from India, Africa, and China are taking over the consumer market. I took this data from an ad campaign from the recent research of Benedict Evans. This slide is called "The End of the American Internet," and that's what we are witnessing today. The traffic from several countries, mobile traffic, is so massive and so promising, you simply can't ignore it. And these are non-mainstream ad networks where you can come and get it cheaply. Okay, these were plain truths. But what I witness very often is seasoned affiliates who never use these advantages. Okay, apart from trackers, they come, tweak, set up CPA bids, sometimes only to discover that they should have picked CPM pricing. And here is when we jump to the second takeaway. Let's have a look at how optimization tools may differ when you apply them on a non-mainstream ad network. I took CPA Goal or CPA Target as the most illustrative example. You all know this tool, and many of you got used to its main function. You set up the ideal or average price you are willing to pay for the conversion. This tool is very useful and works relatively the same way on Taboola or Apple Search ads. But when you apply it on a non-mainstream ad network, this tool can surprise you with its own logic. CPA Goal is a rules-based optimization tool. You pick it and command the traffic to meet your conditions. So basically, it's not a bid you ideally want to pay for, but a set of parameters your traffic should have to comply with. Here you can see on this slide a rule that allows only those placements that don't eat your budget and deliver you a desirable number of conversions. Let me tell you about one case study about it. So I took this data from an ad campaign launched in February. It was not connected with St. Valentine's Day. A local e-commerce brand wanted to boost first orders. So our manager has managed to weed out those placements that were costly by setting up limits to eCPA. And this move returned an ROI grow, as you can see on this slide. As the average cost for conversion dropped from $12 to some $6, $7. The number of conversion increased as well, but it wasn't the primary goal. Okay. So the second tool you can benefit from when on a non-mainstream ad network is Smart CPM bidding. Smart CPM automatically bids for traffic. First of all, it evaluates your competitors' bids. Then it decides on the best price you need to win the views on your targeting. Every time it will detect how much you need to pay to be ahead of your rivals. So let's imagine your maximum bid is $3.50. Your targeting is US, mobile, Android. Two more advertisers are bidding for the same targeting, and their bids are $3 and $2. In this case, Smart CPM will set up $3.01 bid and win the auction. You will be getting the same traffic volumes as if your bid was $3.50, but pay less. So the next tool and the last is custom bid. I think you all deal with sports and entertainment offers. And you notice these sudden traffic surges while top events are broadcasted. You don't normally want to cut off all of such placements. with the help of custom bid, you can decrease the prices for the placements, for sports-related placements, and save a lot of money. So, we are moving to the final part. When buying traffic from a non-mainstream ad network, you have to pay attention to the format of your message. Today, like never before, the format means as much as the traffic and the message behind. So, this move, if you pay attention to the format of your message, this can bring you to higher CPMs and also higher CPRs, and also it can evaluate to refocus your audiences. What ad formats I'm talking about? Actually, those that combat ad fatigue and addresses digital natives. In Adsterra, we launched our own ad format that combats ad fatigue. We called it Social Bar. So, Social Bar empowers you to create experiences, triggers, teasers that will appeal to users. So, as you know, ad fatigue and alternative user patterns are two dragons that have grown on steroids since the pandemic outburst. People just live in their smartphones. Why should they care if you offer them some great product, but your package is revolting? And that is why you have to pay attention to such ad formats that creating experiences. So, on this slide, you can see some examples of ad campaigns that were relaunched, paying attention to the format of the message. Previously it was a banner or pop campaign, and it was relaunched, and as you can see, it brought remarkable results. Let's speak about a little bit about digital natives. Digital natives are nothing more than human beings with more selective approach to reality. Of course, they have their own values, but still they go up to the same traps, mental traps, I mean. So you can trigger, for example, digital natives with product aesthetics, or you can include them into a gameplay. For example, as you can see on this picture, it is a trailer, like trailer of a game. And as for boomers, you will probably, and millennials of course, you will probably use problem-solving approach. Or you can use the FOMO effect. FOMO effect means the fear of missing out. And also, be sure you put some magic dust of exclusivity if you're speaking to boomers or millennials. As you can see on this slide, it's an example of social bar from e-commerce campaign. So, to finalize, I'd like to show you one more case study. I deliberately took a case study with not so impressive CTR, just to show you how even template creatives can bring great results and invest in your KPIs. So it's a case study of a solo entrepreneur who was running a campaign on Josh app. Josh app is a popular social media app in India. So the solopreneur affiliate, his tactics was, first of all, CPC bidding along with maximum creatives per test and also a minimum bid at the start. Then, in progress, he decided to use only those creatives that were boosting, and also he increased the bid only for the placements that were showing the best results, with the help of custom bid, of course. So what we can see in this case study, it's a case study of just a guy, it's a non-enterprise campaign, just a guy with his skills using some alternative visuals to stay in the black. So, I think we have only several minutes left, and all things considered, a massive shift is happening right now. You can see a lot of tools disrupted, workflows and tactics are underpinned by artificial intelligence and alternative user patterns. But that's what can lift you to a higher level. Use new traffic realms, some rules-based optimization tools. And of course, don't forget to find and use some alternative ad formats that can combat ad fatigue. Thank you, guys. You are very welcome to our booth number D24, and also you can contact me with the help of this QR code. Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Thank you. The lovely Catherine Talasova. Now we might open up the stage to a few question and answers that the audience might have.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe some people have some questions. If there's any questions, please feel free to ask Catherine.
So are there any questions, guys? No questions.
Yeah, but I have a question. Really? If they don't have a question, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
So my question is, so first of all, thank you for that presentation, right? Very insightful. How do you choose the best ad network? So for example, when you're deploying your creatives and when you're buying on different ad networks, how would you choose what is the best ad network which is giving the lowest CPA? Are you like, is it because you've been buying media from all these ad networks for quite some time, so you exactly know which is the best one that's giving the best amount of the cost per lead?
I think you have to pay attention to, for example, how many years this network works, how many years, for its expertise, what formats can suit you, because again, as I told, you should pick up only these creatives and these ad formats that can suit your audiences, and of course, pay attention to geos of this of the traffic which this ad network serve.
Yeah. So for example, if you got Facebook, right? Then you got Google, and then you've got the Meta group of companies or whatever, and then you've got TikTok. Why would I be buying through an ad network versus going to the big three or big four?
Because it's like some new wave. It's a new wave. You can try. Of course, you can use all tactics. Yeah. It's okay. Why not? But if you're like a classic entrepreneur, yeah. But why not to boost your orders, to boost your opportunities with the help of some alternative ad networks, for example, as our ad network. And other, of course, you can use all of them.
Yeah, because I feel like it's almost like a decade refresh. Because when I started buying media, it used to be from ad networks. Then you'd move to Google and Facebook. And now you're almost coming back to ad networks. So it's,
it's like refreshing. You're trying something new, because all the ad networks and non-mainstream also, they are raising, they moving forward, they looking for some new formats, new traffic, and it could, for example, even if you tried some ad network previously in past, it could change a lot now for your ad campaigns.
But when you're deploying creatives, for example, right? That's the interesting part I found as well. Certain ad networks work for certain creatives. Is that fair to say? Because it's like if you're deploying, would you deploy like 30 different creatives on a certain ad network and then optimize it, like
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
sense? Or there's certain ad networks that work particularly for certain formats and certain ad networks?
Yeah, some networks are specialized on some ad formats, but it's better
Like rich
to
media, for example. I don't know if that's still a thing, but yeah. Well, that's how old it has been for me.
Yeah, so like one important thing, you have to, first of all, to browse if which ad networks used this or that ad format, because it's changing every day.
Yeah. Super interesting. Well, I really appreciate it, Catherine. I definitely learned
So
a few
be
new things.
curious.
Yeah.
The last takeaway is be curious and
Oh, yeah, for sure.
try new things.
Yeah. Like it's, I would say I'm usually hesitant because we're so ingrained in doing what's working.
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
never
we're
get to
doing
think
it, yeah.
outside the
And
box
that's-
at the end of the day.
Sometimes it can be our problem and our mistake that we're doing only this that definitely will work.
Yeah,
But
we-
why not boosting? Why not be curious and find something new?
Yeah. It's like usually a blinders
Yeah,
on
yeah,
media
yeah,
buying.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
That's an interesting perspective. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Ladies
Thank you,
and gentlemen,
guys.
the lovely Catherine Tarasova. I appreciate it. Thank you.